Bertie, the Shiny Red Balloon by A.C. Finnegan. It is a story about friendship and what it means to be a friend.
Bertie, a shiny red balloon, had been tied to Mrs. Brown's cart in the shopping centre all morning, doing his very best to be noticed. But the other bigger balloons kept pushing him back. But Bertie, being incredibly determined, did not give up. So when he noticed a lady looking over at the balloons, he seized his chance and with a mighty effort pushed himself to the very front, just as Mrs. Taylor stopped at the cart. "Oh my, what a beautiful shiny balloon," she exclaimed. "I think I'll buy you for my little boy Aaron." Bertie was so happy he could have burst, but thankfully he didn't. "I hope you cheer Aaron up," said Mrs. Taylor to Bertie as she drove home. "He is feeling very glum as he hasn't been able to go outside to play for days due to all this rain." Bertie knew he had been given a special task. When Mrs. Taylor handed Bertie to Aaron, Aaron beamed. Aaron and himself played happily together all afternoon. At bedtime, Aaron tied Bertie's string to the end of his bed. "Night, Bertie," yawned a tired Aaron, who was soon fast asleep. Bertie thought for a while about all the day's fun. Then he realized that he too was starting to yawn, and so he closed his eyes and floated off to sleep. When Bertie awoke the next morning, he could hear Aaron's voice coming from outside. The day was bright and sunny, and Aaron was playing another game, totally forgetting about Bertie, who watched sadly from Aaron's bedroom window. "Has Aaron forgotten about me?" wondered Bertie. The following day was even brighter and sunnier, and Bertie again was left to watch Aaron play outside without him. Feeling sad and unwanted, Bertie untied his string and floated out of Aaron's bedroom, down the stairs, and out the front door. Bertie soared high into the blue sky before finally deciding to rest in a field dotted with pretty wildflowers. But what Bertie did not notice was the bull grazing on the lush green grass, who was standing staring at him. Snorting fiercely, the bull thundered down toward Bertie. Just with seconds to spare, Bertie was lifted by a strong gust of wind high into the sky, away from the sharp horns of the charging bull. Bertie, still quite shaken from his near escape, travelled on across the countryside. Then he noticed coming fast towards him 2 arguing magpies. "It's mine!" squawked the first. "No, I saw it first! It's mine!" squawked the second. And with that, their flapping wings surrounded Bertie. They each were trying to catch hold of Bertie's string. Before Bertie could do anything, the quicker of the 2 had grasped Bertie's long string in its beak and flew away with him to its nest high up in a eucalyptus tree. But each time the magpie tried to set Bertie down into its nest, Bertie, being light as air, would of course start to float away. The magpie, exhausted by its numerous attempts, decided it no longer wanted Bertie, and so let go of his string. Bertie's joy at this was short-lived. He didn't get far, as he became wedged between 2 higher branches of the tree. Bertie sighed and hoped he would not be stuck there forever. After a short while, Bertie became aware of a strange whistling noise coming from just behind him. Very, very carefully, he inched himself around to face the direction of the noise. Coming across the field was a teenage boy. "Oh, perhaps this boy will rescue me," Bertie thought cheerfully. But this boy wasn't here to rescue Bertie. He took a slingshot from his back pocket and fired stones at poor Bertie, who was still trapped in the tree. Bertie wiggled and pulled, but it was proving useless. He was stuck. Luckily, one of the horrid boy's shots hit the branch holding Bertie, making it shake just enough to allow him to wriggle himself free. Up he went, so very relieved to be away from that awful little boy and, more importantly, his nasty slingshot. The day's frightening adventures had left Bertie feeling exhausted, and now all he longed and wished for was to be back safe in Aaron's bedroom. The kind-hearted gust of wind that had rescued him earlier that day once again wanted to help Bertie. He took a deep breath in and with all his might blew Bertie straight back into Aaron's garden. "You're back!" shouted Aaron with joy. He grasped Bertie's long string and smiled at his shiny red balloon. "I promise never to forget about you again," said Aaron, taking Bertie safely back inside. Every day, Aaron and Bertie played outside together in the garden. Bertie was never forgotten again. Have you ever been in a situation like that of Aaron and Bertie? Hopefully, this story has encouraged you to think about what a good friend looks like and how you can also be a good friend too. Thank you for joining me, and see you again soon.